So, did your holiday hosting create a couple extra stains in your carpet? Or do you just need an update for your old flooring? Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and start your year off right with free carpet installation. That's right, free carpet installation. If money is a little tight, Carpet City Flooring Center can help make your project affordable with interest-free financing. Get your free carpet installation today.
Carpet City, our prices will floor you.
Bam! My accident? My accident happened in a second.
My settlement? That's taking a really long time.
If you've been injured in an accident and need money now while your case settles, call Oasis today. We'll work with your attorney, and if you're approved, get you $500 to $100,000 in as little as 24 hours. If you lose your case, you don't have to pay Oasis back, ever. Applying for Oasis Express Cash is easy and takes 3 minutes. Call Oasis now or go online to apply.
Straight ahead, the Wisconsin legislature is back in session. We'll hear from the governor's inauguration.
Plus, Anonymous no more. We'll hear from the Northwood State Senator blocking a massive conservation project.
And from retirement to bakery owner in Eagle River. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukic. Today was Inauguration Day at the Wisconsin Capitol, beginning a new legislative session.
But it comes as the branches of government are politically divided amongst Republicans and Democrats. News Watch 12's Kyle Pazorski joins us live from Madison with a look at the very busy day. Hi, Kyle. That's too bad. We're having some technical issues there. Our reporter Kyle Pazorski will join us very shortly. Let's go to our next story. Senator Mary Felskowski is the anonymous legislator who is holding up a massive conservation project in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. This conservation project would bring about 70,000 acres of easements toward the Pelican River Forest. Felskowski, a Republican from Tomahawk, commented on the decision just minutes before Democrat Governor Tony Evers was sworn in for his second four-year term. The Conservation Fund had planned to receive easements on the 70,000-acre forest in the eastern part of Oneida County, which the DNR approved in November. During Tuesday's interview, Felskowski said, quote, "I'm going to be real honest. I voted to hold it up," end quote. Newswatch 12 will continue to follow this story.
Governor Tony Evers may be starting his second term, but scores of holdover appointments from the governor's first term are stuck in legislative limbo. Nearly 180 people appointed by Evers to lead state agencies, boards, and commissions had yet to be confirmed by the state Senate. That includes 5 cabinet members who continue to lead state agencies despite having never been confirmed by the Senate. While they have all the duties of other cabinet secretaries, they technically secretary designees, which means they can be fired by the Senate.
Well, Jeff, kind of a messy start to the day out there.
Yeah, that combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow out there now will continue tonight and through tomorrow.
It's definitely going to make it troubling to drive home.
Tricky travel tonight and through tomorrow into early parts of Thursday. Go outside now. Look at the radar. Round 1 has come through tonight. That gave us that combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. We'll get a break in the action now for several hours this evening and into tomorrow morning before some more moisture gets in here tomorrow morning. The bulk of our heaviest snow is likely going to arrive tomorrow, probably midday into tomorrow evening. This is a very large storm system, lots of moisture with it. The actual low is over here by Iowa, right? That's going to move very slowly in our direction. That will keep the chance for precipitation across our region through tonight, through tomorrow, into Thursday. So, not the biggest storm in the world, not a lot of snow with it, but it will be enough to slow our road tonight into tomorrow as well. So, snowfall forecasts look like this. Again, the heaviest snow is going to fall tomorrow between, say, noon and 6 p.m. Wide 3 to 6 inch snowfall coming our way with lesser amounts further south and more back off to the west. If you're traveling Minnesota tomorrow, likely snow-covered roadways there. Thus, the advisories are posted. These are winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings, so definitely slow your roll this evening. Jessica, back to you.
A crash happened today on Highway 8 in the town of Woodboro. The two-car collision happened around 2 p.m. near Wolf Lake Road. It's believed that one of the vehicles lost control on the slippery roads and collided with another, sending both down the hill next to the road shoulder. No injuries were reported as a result of the crash.
That image on your screen is what we're actually going to be talking about now. A robber was shot this morning in Marathon County by the man who was trying to rob him. That's according to the sheriff's office. Police say the suspect followed a 79-year-old man home from the local establishment. The suspect then assaulted and stabbed the man as he was exiting his vehicle in his garage. The victim had a gun in his possession and fired it at the suspect trying to rob him. The round went into the suspect's chest and he died fleeing the scene. The homeowner is being treated but is expected to survive.
Some Northwoods kids are going home with more than just their homework in their backpacks thanks to a local program. Today, Feed Our Rural Kids, or FORK, announced the FORK Endowment Fund is donating hundreds of meals to the Hope in a Backpack program. Each Friday, Hope in a Backpack provides elementary children experiencing food insecurity a backpack for food for the weekend.
We serve anywhere from 120. We've had up to 175 students per week. The numbers change weekly, and the school staffs keep us informed.
In addition to the backpacks with meals, the program provides nutritional information and instructions on how to prepare those meals.
Providing financial support through food donation to a local organization, Hope in a Backpack, and this is a new endeavor we've moved towards where we're going to be supporting other organizations that have the same or similar mission.
Feed Our Rural Kids and Hope in a Backpack encourages people to visit their website and Facebook pages to volunteer or make a donation. Retirement is usually a time to relax and clear the calendar, but not always. An Eagle River woman is making from scratch her new career as a small business owner. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson joins us in studio with more. Morgan.
Jessica, Jo Buck never thought that one day she'd own her own bakery, but here she is at Eagle Baking Company, and one thing's for sure, she won't be stopping anytime soon.
You wouldn't call Jo Buck's experience at Eagle Baking Company traditional.
It's been a learning experience because before that I never stepped foot in a bakery.
Running a bakery might have been new to her, but you wouldn't be able to tell.
It was a good move.
Jo is the third owner of Eagle Baking Company in downtown Eagle River.
Thank you. Have a sweet day.
Most people would be thinking about retirement, but Jo was just getting started.
Oh, of course. Oh, all kinds of comprehension. Because I never owned a business before. I'm retired. I'm going to be 61 years old this year, and to, give up a comfortable life and to go into something like this is a real challenge.
But nothing was holding her back. Since opening in early 2022, people have reciprocated her excitement, and that's partly thanks to her 3 children and 10 grandchildren who help out, including her son Sean.
I never baked before, never did any kind of baking. I was always in the food industry since I was 14, but never in a bakery.
He's a stand-up comedian by day, but at night he comes to bake. The support Jo has from her family is similar to that of the Eagle River community.
Almost every day somebody comes in and says, I'm so glad you bought this and kept this open. We have missed it.
It wasn't in Jo's plan to own this bakery, but now that she is, she can't imagine any other reality.
I have no future plans of quitting, probably till I die.
Eagle Baking Company is now selling pizzas and donating a portion of sales to a good cause. For every pizza they sell, $1 will be donated to Feed Our Rural Kids. This will go throughout the month of January.
Thank you, Morgan. What a great mission. The new year means setting new goals. We'll explain how to get your exercise in.
Exactly, and a meeting is underway to consider new housing in Rhinelander. We'll have the details after Weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on TV consoles, recliners, bar stools, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Get the deal of a lifetime on clearance, one-of-a-kinds, scratch and dents, and more. Stores are packed with merchandise that must go. Up to 80% off at the huge inventory reduction sale on now at Slumberland Furniture.
It starts as a kitchen built for right now and grows with you as life changes. Clearview Cabinetry is flexible by design, so you can go from doors to drawers for storage that works at every stage. And the style is so easy to update, you can do it in a snap. Meaning you don't have to remodel your space to make it work even better. Because it's not just a kitchen. It's the center of your universe. Clearview Cabinetry. Available exclusively at Menards.
Carpet City.
Uh-oh. Did your holiday hosting create a couple extra stains in your carpet? Or do you just need an update for your old flooring? Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and start your year off right with free carpet installation. That's right, free carpet installation. If money is a little tight, Carpet City Flooring Center can help make your project affordable with interest-free financing. Get your free carpet installation today.
Carpet City. Our prices will floor you.
This week,
Happy New Year to all.
Super champion Ray Lalonde is on a streak into 2023 with 12 wins.
Ray Lalonde survives yet another scare.
And over $350,000.
Let's do a true daily double.
All of it at stake.
Now, can he put together another streak week?
Everybody's off to a great start.
Next Jeopardy!
Jeopardy! Weekdays at 4:30 on NBC 12.
Pretty amazing that we get to live here. A live look at Park Falls. It's gorgeous out there, but definitely slow it down. There's that combination of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow out there, making for some very treacherous travel. And this is all part of a much bigger system across really the Great Lakes and the Midwest. This thing is moving incredibly slowly. It'll be about here tomorrow, about here on Thursday. So that will keep the precipitation going for at least another 2 days around here. And in fact, our heaviest snow potential will likely arrive about this time tomorrow. Here's radar now. This is all kind of forcing in the atmosphere. You get these bands put together. The air has to go up. It can't go down. And you get lift, right? That produces precipitation. And thus, that band of heavier rain, sleet, and snow that came through, which is now pushing north of the area. We'll get a break now from what's called a dry slot. Basically, it's an area of really air that's drier. That could give us some drizzle for a few hours tonight, followed by some more snow back in the forecast tomorrow morning. Let's walk you through it. So here we are tonight, about midnight or so, looking at really that combination of dry air, a little bit of light snow, and some drizzle. Not really a big deal. But then wraparound moisture gets back in here by tomorrow morning. And we could have a couple hours of moderate snow tomorrow, especially through the afternoon and tomorrow evening. That could definitely give us a few inches of snowfall, especially north and west of the Rhinelander area. And then it's not getting out of here basically until later on Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday look like nice days around here with temperatures back in the 20s. So whatever falls is likely going to stay with us as temperatures behind this system are much colder on the way. Okay, so total snow looks like this between tonight and Thursday afternoon. But again, the bulk is going to fall tomorrow, midday into tomorrow evening. We're talking a widespread 3 to 6 inch snowfall, the kind of the wet, heavy snow. Lesser amounts as you go south, as we have more rain there, and more as you go west, as there's more snow there. If you're traveling Minneapolis tomorrow, not really advised, as roads are snow covered across western Wisconsin right now. And it's not just the snow, it's the rain, freezing rain in there as well. That will make things very slippery. We have that ice under the snow tonight and tomorrow. That's not a good combination, right? Okay, so be careful traveling tonight and throughout the day tomorrow and into Thursday. In fact, winter weather advisories are posted through that time period for the entire region, included in here's Portage County. That could definitely make things slow down for you tomorrow into tomorrow night as that snow enters the picture. Our forecast then tonight, though, is that rain, freezing rain, sleet and snow, several dry hours in there as well. Not much accumulation tonight. Look for low temperatures down near 29. For tomorrow, okay, a round of freezing rain, sleet, and snow again. Several dry hours. The bulk of the heaviest snow will fall north of Highway 29 tomorrow, and it could be a widespread 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow, especially north of Highway 8. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows the story, right? That wintry mix tomorrow, a little bit of light snow on Thursday morning. Friday we're dry, Saturday we're dry, Sunday we're dry. Temperatures in the 20s, a bit warmer Monday to Tuesday of next week. Dan and Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. Today was Inauguration Day at the Wisconsin Capitol, beginning a new legislative session.
But it comes as the branches of government are politically divided among Republicans and Democrats. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski joins us live with a look at the very busy day in Madison. Kyle?
Well, thanks, Dan and Jessica. The Wisconsin legislature is back in session following the inauguration ceremony of both the Assembly and Senate, along with many of the state elected officials. It comes following November's election, which saw incumbent Governor Democrat Governor Tony Evers defeating Republican challenger Tim Michels. Today at noon, the governor was sworn in here at the Capitol, where government continues to be divided on solutions to problems of Wisconsinites which affect them every single day. The rotunda was packed Tuesday with Governor Tony Evers being sworn in for his second four-year term.
As jazzed as I am today, I'm also humbled. I'm standing here as a born and raised Wisconsinite who grew up as a scrawny kid with glasses, raising Cain in Plymouth, who, as I was painting fences in Sheboygan County, wouldn't have predicted that this is where I'd end up.
He says finding common ground with Republicans is needed and is what Wisconsinites chose for in the November election.
Given the opportunity to retreat into division and doubt, Wisconsin chose a future of unity and faith. Given the opportunity to further enable cynicism and hate, Wisconsinites chose kindness, and they chose hope instead.
Join him in the fight to find that middle ground will be new Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, who takes over the number 2 position after Mandela Barnes decided to run for a United States Senate seat.
This is an immense responsibility, and I know I have big shoes to fill. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Barnes, for your leadership and your service.
Following the governor's inauguration ceremony, the Assembly and Senate held ceremonies of their own. Among the Assembly were Representatives Callahan, Snyder, Spiros, and Shanklin. Rhinelander Assemblyman Rob Swearingen spoke with us prior to the inauguration on finding common ground with the governor.
A veto-proof majority sounds pretty attractive when you run into brick wall time after time with the governor, where you think some of these bills should certainly have passed.
Republicans are 2 votes shy of a supermajority in the Assembly. Finally, in the Senate chamber, Central Wisconsin business owner Corey Tomchek was sworn in, being the only member of the Senate who has never served in either house. That chamber also remains in control of the Republicans. With split power in Madison, some top Republicans have expressed willingness on working with Evers. This will be a major shift from the last 4 years, which saw hundreds of vetoes from Evers and hundreds of Evers appointees not confirmed by the Republicans. Tonight, Newswatch 12 at 6 will have more from Governor Evers and his hopes to accomplish with the divided government. And then tomorrow, I'll be right here again on Newswatch 12 to give you the legislative perspective on their goals. Reporting here in Madison, Kyle Pzorski, Newswatch 12.
Thanks, Kyle. Finding a place to live in Rhinelander is difficult for many, but there's an effort to convert a hotel into apartments. The Rhinelander City Hall is holding a planning commission hearing right now with someone who is trying to convert the roadway into an apartment complex. Mayor Chris Hannes says this will be able to help people looking to find somewhere to live.
It also checks some boxes. I mean, from a studio apartment or 1 bedroom, being close to the VA clinic, being close to the airport, does entertain some people to live there. It's also waterfront. So, I mean, it's on the Pelican River, so, I mean, it helps too.
The plan is to have 31 livable units with the goal that they are affordable for the average resident.
I mean, it's much easier to take an existing property that's not the most effective and convert it to something that can be versus trying to build new. When you build new, there's more costs. It's harder to find contractors for new construction, which unfortunately drives up the rent prices.
The last major housing development in Rhinelander was Hidden Valley on Driscoll Road 8 years ago. The hearing is still currently going on. We will provide more details on our later 6 p.m. newscast.
A common New Year's resolution is exercising more, but it can be an uphill battle with winter weather here in Wisconsin. I spoke with an Aspirus doctor on how to get moving even when the weather is frightful.
Feel great today with Jessica Jukic.
Exercise has been very helpful for prevention of heart disease. Exercise has been very helpful in managing depression.
Dr. Carl Larson with the Aspirus Woodruff Clinic says everyone benefits from exercise.
One of the things that we recommend our diabetics is about 3 hours of moderate exercise every week. Now that could be 3 hours all at once, or it could be a half an hour 6 days a week, or it could even be 5 minutes periodically throughout the day.
Dr. Larson recommends getting your heart rate up to 100 during a sweat session.
The biggest difficulties in winter is that it's cold outside and not very comfortable. So there's other things that you can do. You can stay active at your local gym.
He says walking is a great way to get moving because it is low stress on knees, ankles, and other joints.
It might be kids playing in the yard. It might be walking with your friends. The camaraderie sometimes is very helpful.
Bundling up and braving the elements is another way to meet your weekly exercise goals.
I've learned to cross-country ski, and so I'm out with the dogs all the time. Outdoor, indoor doesn't matter that much and stuff. Just doing something is helpful.
It was a Rose Parade to remember for hundreds of Northwoods band students.
And it was personal for the leader of the parade, who's a Northwoods native. We'll have the details when we come back.
This winter, Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg wants you to unleash the Snow Beast. Win a 2023 Ski-Doo Renegade Enduro snowmobile with an enclosed trailer from Anago Yamaha. Then we'll send you to AJ's Walleye Lodge in the UP for 5 days and 4 nights of serious powder. Earn points, rewards, play, and entries. We'll give it away Saturday, January 28th at 9 p.m. Unleash the Snow Beast at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison, North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
Start the new year off right during the final days of the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you could drive one home today. This season, choose Flex Buy on a 2022 Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We're joined here by Amy Wainscott, president of the Tournament of Roses. Amy, what was your experience like out there being able to walk out onto the field and kind of represent the Tournament of Roses, that committee, during such a marquee game in college football?
Walking onto the Rose Bowl stadium field is an experience like none other. With all of those fans, and the bands are playing and the fans are cheering, and you just think that here it is. This is post collegiate football at its best. The Rose Bowl is the best game in the world.
Doing this as a volunteer all these years, and you've kind of worked your way up the ladder, what does this mean to have this moment out on the field following such a big parade day?
It's an honor. It's a privilege. I am completely humbled by the fact that my organization trusted me enough to put me in charge of this year, that I can represent the 935 Tournament of Roses volunteers and just have this amazing year. I'm almost speechless because of the whole thing, but I'm very humbled by the experience.
Coming from Eagle River, what does it mean to you to be able to represent your area at this stage, this whole day, really?
You can't even describe the feeling of that. Never in a million years would I have expected to be doing this. I never moved out to California with the intention of even being a part of something so grand as the Tournament of Roses. And to do this, to represent my city in Wisconsin, the entire Midwest, it's a pretty remarkable experience for me. The whole day has been a myriad of highlights. Of course, we had the Northwoods Marching Band that was right behind us in the parade, the almost 400 kids that went down that 5.5-mile parade route. They played almost the entire time because they were right behind me, so I heard them. I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud of their parents and their schools and their communities for supporting them and allowing them to come out to Pasadena.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. That's a wrap on our coverage here from the Rose Bowl game. Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Pasadena, I'm Matt Weaver.
Menke Automotive is your new neighbor in central Wisconsin. So now you've got a friend in the auto business. Menke Automotive prides ourselves on having happy employees because happy employees make for happy customers. When you need a new Buick, GMC, or Mazda, expert service, precision body work, or just a hot cup of coffee, come in and get to know us at Menke Automotive at the old Fred Miller location on Grand Avenue in Schofield. Menke Automotive, your new neighbors in central Wisconsin.
Moments of life are special, and suffering from diabetes should not get in the way. US Med's mission is to find ways to make your diabetes more manageable and more comfortable. You deserve to enjoy life without the constant reminder of living with diabetes. If you monitor with 4 or more tests per day, inject insulin 3 or more times per day, or use an insulin pump, you may qualify to receive a continuous glucose monitor, the latest in diabetes technology. A continuous glucose monitor provides blood sugar readings without uncomfortable finger sticks and alerts you real time to potentially harmful spikes in your blood sugar levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurance companies. If you're a caretaker for someone who suffers from diabetes or have diabetes yourself and meet these conditions, please call our diabetic specialist now to see if you qualify for your continuous glucose monitor.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Well, we've talked about this before. There are 2 kinds of people in the Northwoods. The people that love snow, Jeff and I, and the people who cannot stand snow with any fiber of
Who would
their
that be,
being.
Dan?
No.
Jessica Jukic.
I
No.
like snow.
I'm
just a
joking.
little bit.
But I will say that everything we can all agree on, the wintry mix, we do not want that at all.
You know, it's true. It's one of those things where you get that layer of ice and then some snow on top of that ice, and it makes things really difficult to get around. We have that out there now. Temperatures back below freezing tonight. And that's going to be a case of this for 24 to 48 hours now until Thursday evening, where we have that light rain, snow mix in the area. So the first wave has come through the area tonight. That gave us an inch or 2 of snow across Price County, although most of us saw that mixture of freezing rain, sleet, and some snow. We'll get a break in the action for several hours tonight, but this is a very big system moving very, very slowly.